Most people remember The Little Mermaid for its famous red-headed protagonist, Ariel.
The mermaid princess to have traded her life to become human, be one of the only Disney mothers, and have her own prequel.
Not only that, but The Little Mermaid was the movie that brought Disney into its golden age of films after hitting a bit of a rough patch with its previous ones.
For many young girls and teens, Ariel is a beloved character who is smart, courageous, independent, and powerful.
As much as she's portrayed to be the role model character, the action she takes over the course of the movies is anything but.
To understand her character and motives, we have to look back at Ariel's beginning. Literally. Her world was perfect from young. She lived in a world full of laughter and music and was even allowed to go up to the surface.
However, all that changed when her mother was killed by pirates on the day of her parents' anniversary. From that day on, Triton banned music, and even though they didn't mention in the movie, although it's highly probable, that he banned going up into the surface as well.
This would explain her rebellious attitude. In a way, Triton caged Ariel's whole world. All the freedom and joy of her youth was now banned, and Ariel was too young to understand why.
10 years later, when Ariel discovers music again, she remembers what life was like before all the rules.
In this one instance, Ariel was right to stand up to her father, full out telling him it was wrong to ban music. For the first time in Ariel's life, her persistence paid off.
Now, this moment would have dramatically changed Ariel's life. Coming into a young woman, her perception would have changed now to, well, if my father was wrong about one thing, couldn't that mean he'd be wrong about the other? Personally, I don't think Triton had that much of a close relationship with his daughters to not even tell them why they shouldn't go up to the surface other than it's dangerous.
But Ariel's rebellious streak and curiosity gets the better of her, and she goes up to the surface on many occasions. Let's also remember, she's only 16 here.
And you know the story. She sees a young prince, she falls in love, you know the rest. At this point, Ariel has now manifested a want what she can't have attitude, doing everything in her power to achieve it.
She sells her voice to the sea witch in the stupidest deal ever to get the prince to fall in love with her, even though he has no idea who she is, and if that doesn't happen in 3 days, she belongs to Ursula.
So Ariel abandons her family, her friends, her home, her entire world for a guy who doesn't even know her name, or the world that she comes from.
Honestly, I didn't even know how Ariel was a main character to begin with.
I know, me neither. I don't think she was ever one of my favorite Disney princesses.
No, all she ever was a spoiled, uncaring, hormonal teenager who didn't even care twice about her kingdom or her father.
Even when she parents Melody, she doesn't even tell her why she can't even go into the sea. It's exactly what her father did to her.
Only it's worse because she knows the consequences of what happens when you suppress a child who's curious and don't give them a logical explanation as to why.
And she had a good one too. Her daughter was threatened to be killed by someone in the sea. If she told Melody that, I'm sure Melody wouldn't even want to touch the sea.
She'd understand.
In the end, Ariel, as much as she's portrayed to be the ambitious role model character, she does nothing in all 3 movies or even the TV series that shows her anything else besides being curious and ungrateful.
Poor Sebastian. I actually feel kind of sorry for him. Throughout all the movies, he's just helping Ariel anyway. But that's something we've already talked about.
If you want to see who the true hero of The Little Mermaid is, then click that video down there.
Let us know in the comments below who you think is the actual hero, and subscribe to our channel for more content. Until then, we'll see you in our next video. Bye!